I lost my lover because of distance. Title: The Unwritten Letters. Once upon a time in a quiet town, there lived two lovers, Mia and Alex. They had a story that seemed perfectly scripted, filled with laughter, adventure, and a deep, abiding love. Each day, they would meet at their favorite cafe, where they first crossed paths, their eyes locking over steaming cups of coffee. Their connection was instantaneous, a spark that ignited a flame, binding their souls in a way that felt unbreakable. As the seasons changed, so did their relationship. They talked about dreams and aspirations, painted their futures in vibrant colors, and wandered hand in hand through sunlit parks, sharing secrets and plans. Every moment felt profound, as if they had created their own universe, untouched by the outside world. But life, as it often does, threw them a curveball. Alex received an offer to study abroad, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that required him to leave for 2 years. Mia was supportive, encouraging him to pursue his dreams, yet deep down, she felt a gnawing sense of dread. The thought of being apart was unbearable. They made promises to stay connected, writing letters to each other every week, claiming that their love would conquer any distance. Months passed, and initially, their letters flourished. Each one was filled with sweet nothings, heartfelt confessions, and tales of their day-to-day lives. Mia painted vivid pictures of the sunsets they would miss and the moments they would share in the future. Alex described the excitement of new experiences, yet his words often carried an underlying melancholy, a longing for Mia's presence. However, as time wore on, the frequency of letters began to dwindle. Busy schedules and new experiences took precedence, and the agonizing silence in their correspondence grew louder. Mia would sit by the window, clutching a letter she had written but never sent, her heart heavy with the realization that the person she loved was slipping away. One evening, after months of silence, Mia finally received a letter. Her hands trembled as she opened it, a whirlwind of emotions crashing over her. The words flowed like a rough tide, revealing Alex's struggles with loneliness and isolation. He expressed his love but confessed that the distance had changed him, pulling him in unexpected directions. In the heartfelt letter, Alex mentioned that he had met someone new in his classes, someone he had grown close to. Though he reassured Mia of his love, he couldn't continue the way they were. The news hit Mia like a physical blow. She read and reread the words, each time feeling her heart shatter a little more. That night felt endless. Mia cried herself to sleep, tangled in the bittersweet memories of their love. The next morning, she composed a letter in return, pouring out her heart. She wrote about her love for him, her confusion, and the dreams they had woven together. But she also expressed her understanding that sometimes love meant letting go. Days turned into weeks, and they both struggled with the weight of their decisions. They had once painted a future together, but now that picture was splintering into a million pieces. Finally, they agreed to meet one last time at their cafe, a bittersweet reunion to close the chapter of their love. When they met again, the atmosphere was heavy with unspoken words. They sat across from each other, the same cafe where their love began. Mia searched Alex's eyes for the spark that had once ignited their passion, but now she saw uncertainty and sadness. They talked about their memories, about simple moments that used to make them laugh, their shared dreams that now seemed like distant echoes. As they sat in silence, each lost in their thoughts, they realized that love, while profound, is also fragile. The bond they had created was still there, but the distance had morphed it into something different. In that moment, they made a pact. They would cherish the memories but also allow each other the freedom to grow. As they stood to leave, Alex pulled Mia into a long embrace, one filled with all the love, regrets, and hopes they had for each other. They parted ways with tears in their eyes, knowing this was the last goodbye. Mia walked home, the streets blurred by her tears. The love story they had written was long and beautiful, but it had come to an end, leaving an ache in her heart. Yet, as she sat alone later that night, she realized that their love had taught her invaluable lessons about growth, resilience, and the bittersweet nature of life. In time, she would cherish their memories without pain, holding the lessons of love close to her heart. In the end, Mia and Alex learned that sometimes, the most profound love stories are not about endings or beginnings but about the unwritten letters that remain forever in our hearts.